We are back now on the Hampton Road Show with our Entertainment Express, and it is Monday, so that means it is time for a movie review with our film critic, Stephanie Cook.
Yes, before we get to the movie review, let's talk about the weekend box office. Everybody always asks me like how the movies were. So in the top spot for the second week, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. That stayed at the top of the heap, $25.4 million it took in. And then coming in second was the new release Scary Stories in the Dark. And then The Lion King ended up in the third spot with another $20 million added to its overall bank. And then I have to say the live action Dora and the Lost City of Gold came out. That came in fourth. And then movie we talked about a few weeks back, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, was fifth, but we're talking about number 6 today, and I picked it, you referenced it earlier, I picked it because flashback like 8 years when we did our first Hampton Road Show Summer Book Club. This book was, the book that this movie is based on was one of our selections. We read it, we loved it. If you're a dog owner, you've read it. I can't imagine that you haven't.
Right.
So here we go. Based on the bestseller of the same name by Garth Stein, The Art of Racing in the Rain stars the voice of Kevin Costner as the narrator, who's actually in the head of a philosophical dog named Enzo, named after Ferrari. And it also stars Milo Ventimiglia as his owner, Denny. We love him in This Is Us. Denny wants to be a Formula One race car driver, and Enzo, well, he's along for the ride and loving every minute of it, learning a lot about humans. When Denny meets Eve, played by Amanda Seyfried, Enzo is struck by some new thoughts and feelings about humans. Take a look.
Enzo, this is Eve.
Hi, Enzo. How you doing?
My first impression of Eve was as complicated as the scents in the air.
Not really much of a dog person.
A melange of produce, shampoo, and pheromones.
Well, he's more person than dog.
Denny was clearly taken with her grooming. She probably bathed every day for all I knew.
Does he always stare at people like this?
If he likes them. So, are you a chef or something?
No, I teach English as a second language, and one of my students is Thai, and she made this curry that was incredible.
Hey,
but it looks like you have to go.
no,
So, it
it's
was
gotten
nice to
into it.
meet
Hey.
you.
So that meeting starts an entirely new aspect of Enzo's life where he has to share Denny with not just Eve, but their future family. Enzo learns what life is all about and the struggles with being able to help his humans. Kudos to Milo on the acting, and also shout out to Kathy Baker for a fabulous job in the very complicated role of Eve's mother. It was written by Garth Stein, who did the novel as well, along with Mark Bombach, who previously was a screenwriter on War for and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, plus Wolverine and Live Free or Die Hard. Totally different movies than this one. But The Art of Racing in the Rain struggled to do what so many good novels heading to the screen struggle with, and that's really fitting a huge story that takes a lot of time to develop into a film's tight time limit. And because of that, there are jumps in time that are not really fluid. Characters are forced to develop a lot quicker than we have time to develop feelings for them. It comes off more contrived of a story than I felt when I read the book, except, of course, for Enzo, which for me was the biggest success in the film, that the weight of the story is carried by Kevin Costner's voiceover. Directed by Simon Curtis, who did a film I loved, My Week with Marilyn, I did feel this was over-directed, a little overthought and heavy-handed. It ended up telling us what to think in a lot of ways rather than letting us learn how we felt on our own. All of that said, as a dog lover myself, and the thoughts by many dog lovers that they know exactly that dogs know exactly what we're thinking and that we might meet them again someday, and all of the themes that go through a lot of films like this, we tend to forgive shortcomings in a movie like this just because we like the dog so much. How do you not love this dog? And I will say I cried like a baby. My 15-year-old went with me, and he cried. He does not cry in movies, and he cried in this movie. So it made him feel something, and that's because he loves dogs. And I'm giving it 3 out of 5 cookies.
Okay, it sounds like a great story, however, it just doesn't translate to film. And I will say that the little bit that I've seen, it just seems kind of slow and methodical with that slow, deep Costner voice.
Oh my gosh, the voiceover to me was the star of the film. It really was.
You think so?
Without Kevin Costner in the voice of it, I don't think I would have given it 3 cookies.
So Kevin caught the voice of the dog, just the voice. You
Yeah.
like that part of
Well,
it.
I mean, his acting, where you
Right.
really felt like this was how the dog felt. Like you could really have his voiceover really equated into what the dog felt. And this
Okay.
isn't one of those hokey, you see the dog's mouth moving.
Oh, thank
It's
goodness.
really a philosophical thought process of what's happening in the dog's head.
So you like that part of it then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I loved about the book as well. And the book is great. If you like racing, especially Formula One,
Right.
or you're a dog lover, or if you like racing and dogs, by all means see this movie.
Good stuff. Okay, 3 cookies. Good stuff.
Yep. So tell me what you thought about it. If you thought it was a lot better than I did, just tweet me at HR Show EP Steph. I'm always there to talk about movies. And if you're looking to catch a movie, just head over to cinemacafe.com. Cinema Cafe has locations across Hampton Roads. You can catch them on the website or give them a call, 757-523-SHOW.
Thank you.
Yep.